So the making of Peter and the Owl was definitely one of the most fun things I've done in quite a while. And at first I thought that I needed to sit down in front of my computer and type up the story, and I found that that didn't really work very well for me. And instead, what I learned was that coming out here and sitting on our hillside and just kind of sinking in, um, that worked really well because after a while, I would feel Peter come and sit next to me, and I would feel the owl come and fly up into the tree behind me. And then I would just wait until I would hear the words. I could feel the words coming, and so I would write them down with my pencil and paper and capture the story that way. And and so, writing the story, it didn't really take that long, actually. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks, coming out here every few days, and yeah, and I found that it worked best to let the words come to me and not try to think it through. So yeah, so once the story was written, I kind of put it aside for a little while because I had this thought that the illustrations were going to take a long time, and we just didn't have time for that. And but near, the end of summer, I guess it was almost fall, I just got this really clear message that it was time to do the illustrations and finish the book. So I told my husband Jonathan that, and he said, "Okay, well, I'll watch the girls, and you can work on those." So um, it took me 2 weeks straight, working from dawn till dusk, on the chalk pastel drawings, and I ended up giving myself just 3 hours for each drawing, because I knew that otherwise I would slip into being a perfectionist about it, and I would never finish anything, because nothing's ever perfect. So instead, I really got this clear message that it was more important to complete the book and get the message, get the story out to the kids that really needed that message. So I worked on those drawings for 2 weeks straight, and most of the illustrations are actually a composite of different photographs that I used the imagery, to kind of put it together, like the image of Peter walking through the forest. That one was a picture of a boy walking with a soccer ball, and I changed it to, him just walking in the forest, and then I found the picture of the pathway with the trees, and so I put those two together to really get the feel that I wanted of Peter walking into the deep forest. So I used an opaque projector to I put the picture in, and then it would project the image on the paper, and then I could trace it. And change it to what worked for the picture. And then all the drawings are with chalk pastel, which is my favorite thing to use. My grandma Madsen gave me this ancient box of chalk pastels probably 25 years ago. She gave them to me, and I still have some of them, and that's what some of the colors are. These bright, vivid colors, and the chalk is so soft that you can blend it with your finger. So yeah, it's like frosting to me. So it was really fun, and I really enjoyed every part of making the book. So that's the story of the making of Peter and the Owl.